With over 300 million active users on Twitter every month, it's not that surprising that some of them are creepier than others. While some accounts label themselves as creepy and post tweets containing disturbing pieces of media from other parts of the internet, some accounts are creepy for the bizarre nature of their tweets. So today we're going to be having a look at just that. So here are 5 incredibly disturbing Twitter accounts. Number 1. Teletubbies Update. In August of 2017, a Twitter page was created that was labeled Teletubbies Update that branded itself as an account dedicated to the popular kids TV show. Followers quickly learned that this was not the case when the page began tweeting sinister sounding statements that didn't really have any correlation with each other, but also didn't have anything to do with Teletubbies. Eventually, a narrative became clear when another user known as Sharon began tweeting at the man running the account, pleading with him to come home and stop what he was doing. The man, whose name was Dave, would tweet back with threats claiming that he was going to kill her. This would happen over and over again, with the basic story being that these two were together until Sharon cheated, driving Dave to the brink of insanity. This story got a little confusing at times, but the account was still quite unnerving and eerie. On top of this, Dave would randomly make statements such as, "One by one we will kidnap children and sacrifice them in the name of Satan," and "Look into my eyes and you will see Satan himself." All of this and the fact that the account was a dark parody of a kid show led to the account being banned in November of 2017. Before it was banned, the account amassed over 60,000 followers, and many fan-inspired accounts still exist today that either pay homage to or directly copy the original page. Number 2. Sheila Eddy. On the 6th of June 2012, 16-year-old Skylar Neese disappeared from her home in Star City, West Virginia. For months, Skylar's whereabouts were unknown, and there was no leads in the case until the FBI joined the investigation and began questioning her school friends. It was at this point that Rachel Shoaf, a close friend of Skylar's, admitted that her and another girl, Sheila Eddy, had stabbed and killed Skylar on the same day she went missing. Skylar's body was later uncovered and the two perpetrators were arrested. Skylar, Shoaf, and Eddy all had active Twitter pages, and their tweets told a sinister, upsetting story. Skylar had had a falling out with the two before her disappearance, and may have hinted to this when she tweeted out, "You doing things like that is why I will never completely trust you." This was less than 5 hours before she snuck out of her house to meet up with the two, and was the last tweet she sent out. However, the most sinister set of tweets came from Sheila Eddy, who tweeted things like, "If only you knew," and "Weird to think that if you did one thing differently, your life would probably be so different now." After the press released the news that Skylar's body had been found, Sheila Eddy actually posted a tweet dedicated to her and even said, "You will always be my best friend." Of course, this was just a front to hide the terrible things she had done, because 2 weeks later she posted the creepiest tweet yet. Rachel Shoaf had stated that before they killed Skylar, they counted to 3 and then did it together. Well, Sheila Eddy posted a tweet that confirmed this when she stated, "We really did go on 3. Luckily, both of the killers have been arrested and charged with the murder of Skylar, but these Twitter accounts are haunting reminders of a terrible atrocity. Number 3. Adam Ellis. On the 7th of August 2017, a writer and illustrator known as Adam Ellis posted this tweet, saying, "My apartment is being haunted by the ghost of a dead child and he's trying to kill me." Obviously this is a bizarre tweet to make, but Adam created a long thread where he explained his initial statement. He claimed that while experiencing sleep paralysis, he saw a kid with a dented head at the foot of his bed staring at him. He then dreamed that he was in a library and a woman approached him, asking him if he had met Dear David. Adam, not knowing who that was, asked further and found out that every time you dream about David, you can ask him 2 things by saying Dear David, and then following up with the question. However, asking a third question will result in the person being killed. This did indeed happen, and Adam asked David how he died, and found out that a shelf was pushed onto his head in a store. After this, Adam asks a third question, but of course gets no answer, and for the next few months, Adam details the hauntings that occur in his apartment. These include his cats acting strangely, odd sounds being heard, and strange things popping up in photographs. The entire thread is quite fascinating and well worth the read if you're up for some creepy material. Number 4. The Sun Vanished. On April 30th, 2018, a Twitter account known as The Sun Vanished tweeted out a single word: help. The user then went on to explain that they had woken up and the sun simply never came up. They then posted this video onto their timeline.
Panic is taking hold on the nation in response to the sudden disappearance of the sun, with violent riots taking place in just about every major city. We are receiving an influx of reports of ransacking and looting from New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Dallas, and Washington, D.C., with hundreds more isolated incidents coming in hourly. The president made a public statement this morning urging people to remain calm and stay in their homes. Meanwhile, experts are claiming this phenomenon to be an event similar to New England's Dark Day in 1780, and that things will return back to normal.
Followers quickly understood what was going on and realized that this was an ARG that centered around an apocalyptic world where the sun had disappeared. Throughout the next few weeks, many details about this strange new world were given, and the account told a creepy but fascinating story that featured eerie photographs, videos, and text messages that made for a creepy tale. The user also finds notes from other survivors that warn off an ominous red light that has a strange effect on humans, and the account gives almost daily updates on this new disturbing planet. While it obviously is a piece of fiction, it's one that's definitely worth following as it gets more and more interesting every day. Number 5. Zachary Penton. On August 21st, 2017, a 21-year-old man named Zachary Penton called the police to inform them that he had shot and killed his roommate, 41-year-old Daniel Garofalo. Penton claimed that he had done this in self-defense, but his Twitter account told a completely different story. Just one day before the incident, Zachary tweeted out this: "I need to move out of my place before I viciously murder my roommates." This wasn't the only disturbing tweet that Zachary had sent out. In other tweets he said things such as, "Buying a gun is so easy," and 1 week before the murder, Penton tweeted that he would need 2 boxes of 9mm bullets. All of this led prosecutors to believe that Penton did this more out of rage than out of self-defense. The judge, however, gave Zachary a 12-year manslaughter charge for his crime. And that's all for today's video. Thanks a million for watching. I'll leave all the footage used, the music, and the sources down below in the description if you want to check any of that out. I try and make a creepy list every week, so if you want to subscribe for that, you can. But like I said, that's all for now. As always, until next time.